Yeah, and you already know me. So thank you all for coming back to another episode. I think this is episode 99 of Travis Slow Stroking the podcast. So we almost at 100. Almost at 100. There's one more to go. Next week we'll be there. Next week. But oh, before we get started, Jermaine's doing some research, but pretty cool. Look what came in the mail today.
Ooh, six figures and Eyon.
Dion.
Eyon.
Everybody gonna get their wristband. Everybody getting their wristband 6 figures, and I like it because it's not the thick wristband; it's a thin one.
Yeah.
Like look how that is nice and like sleek. So that joint cool. Yeah, yeah,
I like him. I like him.
yeah. Joint cool, right? So everybody gonna have a book. Everybody gonna have a wristband, and we're gonna be all right. So, but the wristband is just gonna be a reminder, like to what we're gonna start considering to be the very bottom, like our oh yeah. So I couldn't have done it without my girl. So it was her idea to get the wristbands, and she went online, she did the research and everything like that. So thanks to her, got the wristbands. But for sure, these joints are definitely tough. And yeah, so definitely tough. But everybody gonna have the tools that they need, and the wristband is just gonna be a reminder for what's gonna be our minimum wage. 6 figures is $100,000 is the minimum wage for us. So that's what we're going. That bracelet gonna be a reminder. Every day you wash your hands, you put lotion on, you gonna be like, yeah, 6 figures and beyond. You know, in the shower with the little scrub joint. I don't know what they call it, the little fawn thing. Yeah. 6 figures and beyond. Like, so everybody gonna be straight with it. And that's just gonna be reminded. And for the people that's not there yet, let that be your mindset. All right, cool. I need to make at least 6 figures. Like at least for the rest of my life. Whatever it takes. So yeah, son, but Jermaine, tell us the topic for today, man.
Yo, so I had to go back in the archives and go and pull out a little 1 2 1 2. So today's topic is going to be about budgeting, and we're going to be discussing each person's perspective on the budget rule of 50 30 20, and the budgeting rule of 50 20 30, or 50 30 20, is that 50% of your after taxes income is going to be for needs, then 30% is going to be used for your wants, and then 20% is going to be saved. So you see, they break it down: needs, wants, and then what's going to be saved from 50 30 20. So let's go through that one more time.
Mm.
50% of your after tax income is going to be towards your needs. The
Mm.
other 30% is going to be towards your wants, and then 20% towards your savings.
Mm.
What do we think about this, fellas?
Dang, that's is a great topic. First, definitely gotta go around the table, say what's good to everybody. Matt, what was good with you?
What's cracking? What's cracking?
Alright, Jermaine, what's happening? How you living?
Hey man, cooler than the cooler, man. Cooler.
I can dig it. Malik, what's up?
The words of my man, you know me.
Oh man, I ain't hating on nobody. Nah, that's valid. But yeah, Jermaine came up with this topic and it is right on time because I was just talking about budgeting today to a guy that he's in pretty good with the Wake County Public Schools in North Carolina. And I was talking to him about budgeting a little bit, and it's like perfect. I have my own thoughts towards it, but I'll let actually since Jermaine proposed it, I guess I could go. But so I think this is good for somebody who spends a lot, right? For somebody who has a high cost of living. Um, Me personally, do I have a high cost of living? Of course. It's not cheap for me. I do about 5K every month in living expenses. So yeah, it's pretty and I'm living in North Carolina, so it's like it's pretty expensive for me on a monthly basis, plus whatever else I do. Um, but the way I see it is I feel like 30% should go to your living. 50%, I mean, well, 30% should go to your needs. 20%, I mean, 10% goes to your tithes. So that's 40% right there. You got 60 left. Where you gonna put the other 30 and 30? You could save 30 and you could put actually I would save 40 and I would put 20 towards my wants if possible. Cause sometimes it seems like for me every month something weird that I gotta pay for comes up. So I pay my insurance 6 months in advance. So for the two BMWs full coverage, it'll be like $1,100 for 6 months. Then you got like just the other day I had to pay um North Carolina for the business, the LLC. And now at the end of this month, I gotta pay property taxes on the truck. And then next month I gotta pay registration on the M6. So it's like it's always some weird expense coming up that's gonna cost me like an extra $1,000 every month. And I don't know, it's weird. I can't win with that, but I feel like you definitely should have a safe haven of 10%. But me personally, I think 30% to the wants, 30% to the saving, 40% to the needs, 10% to the tithes is how it goes for me.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
Man, you want to go next or?
Man, let me. Eyon done confused me now. He done turned it up another level, giving all these percentages.
It was
So
just four.
let's see. So I'm thinking, okay, like if you get the thing about the needs and what makes it so hard is like, all right, so what are your needs gonna be? Water, electricity, shelter, food, maybe gas, getting you point A to point B. You should try to fit that into your 50%. If that's what you're gonna do with this rule. And then the 30% wants, 20% savings. I could dig it like Eon said. You a high spender, you need to learn how to keep money in your pocket. I mean, before you invest, you know what I'm saying, you want to have a nest egg of sorts to like be able to support you in case anything goes left.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I kind of feel about it. I feel like, yeah, this works for certain people. Now, when we talk about, investing and, flipping your bread and like taking, setting up the groundwork for wealth, ultimately, you need to do more than just wants, need, save. But for somebody who needs to kind of get in the habit of keeping money in their pocket, I think it's not a bad way for things to go. So that's my thoughts on it.
I don't think anybody need to be focused on keeping money in their pocket. I think people need to be focused on keeping money moving. Like if I could keep money moving through a whole life policy, put money away to an IUL and keep money moving through a whole life policy. Oh my gosh, that's dangerous because that means that I'm getting a dividend on everything I pay for. Everything I pay for
But
is
the thing about the IUL is you have to understand it takes time. It takes time. You can't. What if you lose your job and you still got to pay IUL?
you don't
Oh,
have
baby.
to. You can so what you could do is there's a minimum that you have to pay. So your policy
Okay.
doesn't lapse. So you don't have to invest in it. You could just pay the minimum insurance cost. So that'd probably be like $30. If you put in 400 a month, you probably paying $30 towards insurance, right? Or 20 something dollars towards insurance, depending on your policy. And you can afford that every month. And then there's a month you can call and tell them, hey, excuse me, I won't be able to make this payment this month, and they'll try to work with you. They try to work with you, especially if you with the companies that I use, A-rated companies only. They'll work with you. They won't kick you to the curb because they have insurance insuring their money. But
Mhm.
yeah, son. However, I definitely want to hear. I'm very curious to see what Matt has to say because I never hear about Matt's budgeting. I've heard about everybody else. I've never heard about Matt's budgeting. He always like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Coach and I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna get the new book bag and all that. And wearing bread ones and fresh polos. They about call it polo tee. Like I ain't. I just never hear about mass budgeters, so I definitely gotta see what you got to say.
Well, I'll start off with honestly, I would say with me, I'm a lot like y'all. 50% bills, you know what I'm saying, as far as like your rent, car payment, gas, you know what I'm saying, life expenses. I try to put all that in 50%. Um, Outside of that, I try to put like 10% to like future needs for my children.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that at least like a good $100 a month just for like anything can happen, you know, when you got kids or whatever. So
Yeah.
put that to the side, and then after that, bro, I ain't gonna cap to you. I'm gonna put it into like either a growth asset, or I'm gonna just have it sitting to the side and I'm paying myself.
Right.
So
Now,
that's
what? So, what do you do? Because I know for your company, you have to purchase more merchandise. So, how do you factor in that, right? Because there's probably somebody who owns a company right now that says, "Well, I can't put 20 to 40% to the side because I have to put money back into my business so that I can buy more product to distribute to my clients." So how do you work that?
you got to think about it as that money that you distributing is gonna come back.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't come back into from that customer that you're putting your time into, it's gonna come back from you writing it off. So when it comes to a business, you can't lose. I mean, you can, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to like your time and you putting in like being able to write off of what you do, a lot of times is your biggest win when it comes to your business. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. But what I'm talking more so, nah, I appreciate you sharing that for sure because I wasn't even thinking about that, and that's great. Especially the write-off portion. But I'm talking specifically on when you have to put money back into your business and you can't pocket the money into the 50, 30, 20. Like, how does that work? Like, what fraction of the money that you have at the end of the month has to go back into, buying more inventory for your business?
Oh, okay. So yeah, I mean, with that, I would say it's kind of okay. When I started off, that came from putting in like work money and different things like that. So once it got up to a certain amount, right?
Yeah.
Whether it may be 2 grand, 4 grand, 6 grand, whatever, you know what I'm saying? At the end of that, what I do, I if it's the cost, I take the cost, right? If it's okay, think about it like this. If it's 1,500
Right.
or 16, 1,700, whatever you spending on it, and you make 9 times out of 10, if you ain't making what you spend on it, then you in the wrong business.
Right.
So make what you spend, and then take either half of that of what you spend and put it back into. Well, hold on, let me rephrase that. What you're gonna do is, depending on what you want to do and your mindset, either you can take what you're thinking and double up,
Mm-hmm.
or you can take what you made and set it to the side for your rainy day, if you know what I'm saying, put it towards what you need to put it on. So it's just either or.
So you saying, so I want to get this right. So you're saying either you could take what you make and take the access and scale up, or you
Yeah,
can just take the money that whatever the cost basis is and reestablish your inventory, right?
exactly.
All right, bet. Appreciate that. Thank you, because I was like, I want to know how that works, and I know some other people out there probably wanting the same thing. So that's a bet. That's a big help. All right, Malik, what you think about the joint?
All right, so I had to write down my numbers. So I think I agree with the 40% definitely goes towards my needs. Right now, unlike y'all, I unfortunately, thank the God, I don't pay rent right now. I don't got a mortgage as of yet, real soon, but that's as of right now.
I know you probably feeling sexy. I'll be out there feeling sexy.
Wait, you have no idea.
Magnificent.
If I didn't have a mortgage, you probably see me in a McLaren right now. Like I'm not lying. Like
I knew things was getting crazy, bro. I was talking to my girl, bro. I made a list of like 4 or 5 different cars. I said I'm ready to test drive all of these Jones next week. I said I'm ready to go buy a car. I'm ready to go big crazy. But as of right now, I would say about 40% goes in needs. I do give, so I give in top, but I don't. I could give more. But right now I only give 5%. That's because I just feel like being young, I do a lot of aggressive investing. So I invest in my 401k. I invest in the IUL. I do like, what is that? I do like 5% in each. So 5, 6% in each, something like that. And then I also throw money into my stocks account here and there as well, or cryptos or something. So I would say like at least 15, like about 15% goes into investing. Damn, my computer's on. Y'all can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Then I would say 20 goes to about spending, really 25. I done cut down on spending a lot, even though it might not seem like it because I do spend a lot, but I have actually cut down a lot on my spending. So I'd spend about like on the stuff that I just want about 15%. So that's like my percentage. I think that adds up to 100, something like that. But yeah, once that mortgage and stuff come, then y'all see me slow down then. Until then,
right, it's going to be like bullet train. You going to be like.
Walls on here.
and like you, I don't like. I mean, I do what I pay all bills on time, but it's just I don't care to do monthly expenses. I'm the type I pay. Look, you give me an option to pay a year, I'm gonna pay a year off, right?
Yeah, and that helps because
It does.
you get to see your money. Yeah, you spend actually, and a lot of people they actually let you get a discount when you do that. Like you might save $100 or $57, $26 because they got to keep paying to take those charges. It's fees associated with it when you run certain cards like MasterCards and American Express, I believe. That's why a lot of people don't always accept American Express or MasterCards because of the cost of, running the business with them things. But nah, you valid, son. But I ain't gonna lie to you, when you have to start paying them bills, it's gonna hit crazy. Like even now, I started realizing that the cost of goods and services now have gone up to the point where I haven't stopped doing anything, but I've slowed down a bit. Like, cause I'm like, wait, this wasn't that much last month. Like, I'm starting to see the inflation a little bit. I don't know if I'm feeling it, but I'm seeing it. Matt, what you got to say?
Auntie Anne's, bro. Auntie Anne's.
$6.
Bro, no, bro. I got a meal for 20. It was 2 meals for $24, bro. I lost it.
I lost it. Yo said I lost it.
That was
Yeah, I would have lost my wallet.
Looking out for the kid and mom.
Oh
Dukes,
no,
man.
forget that.
Yeah. You come on, son. He gonna tell his son, hey man, you gotta figure it out, bro.
I'm like, you got Auntie Anne's money? We're gonna Pinky House. Nah, but let me stop. But yo, it's crazy. Like, I paid $6 for a medium drink at the movie theater, but usually $4, $4.55, $6 plus tax. Medium drink wasn't even a Slurpee, but I put Slurpee in it. But no, I didn't know it was a different cup for it. But nah, it's a lot of things are going up, and it caused me to slow down a bit. And I didn't realize how much things were going up until like, so Malik, you was at my house, and I write down. Oh crap, wrong side. I write down everything that I buy, right? So everything that I buy, I write down, and it's time for a new sheet. But I'm just like this week alone, I spent 100 and. Oh wait, no, this is old. Cause I bought more yesterday, but I spent about 200 in gas already this week, and I work from home. So yeah, the stuff not adding up, but that's just the times we kind of living right now. So I mean, I don't know, but luckily, I'm trying to get an EV. I ordered 4 electric vehicles in the last month and a half. Plus, I got man, yeah. I ordered 4 EVs in the last month and a half. That's where money's been going as well, right?
$1.
Yo, it's crazy because I had about $4 in my pocket. I took my girl Starbucks this morning after the gym, and I paid with cash. And then we was out buying stuff. I was at a dollar store, and I was like, "Where's my money?" Like, I had $4, 4 Lucy's sitting in my pocket, and I could not find them loose ones at all. I said, "Yo, I was mad. I know it was like $4, but I was still mad. Inflation is crazy." So yeah, but nah, it's crazy out here, son. But Jermaine, continue. I apologize.
Oh, I mean, I really have nothing else to say besides what I said. I mean, you always have to think about mentalities and like different types of people. And so what I mean by that is some people are equipped and like we're basing how we move off of knowledge already gained.
Mm-hmm.
Tell somebody else, yeah, that 50, 30, 20 man, do it like this. And they don't have the wherewithal to do it the way that we would do it. They don't have the finesse level, which is, going back to Eyon's book. Eyon always told y'all I need to have a coach. I need to have somebody who can walk you through how to do certain things because sometimes you hear information, you're like, okay, I'm gonna run with that. But you might not really have, the skill set. Like if Eyon says, yeah, this is a good trade. Yeah, it's a really good trade, but if you don't know how to execute on it,
it's gonna be the worst trade for you.
Exactly. 25 strategies to reach 7 figures. Go ahead and get your copy now.
Oh, who that boy got one?
Man, I hate y'all. Mine is upstairs.
All right. That boy got one.
I'm capping. Yeah.
Everybody hold your book up.
Yeah, man. You already know.
Emily, hold the book up. Hold the book up.
In this book, it says you need a coach. I second that. You need a coach because, like I said, you're getting this information. Like that's why when Eyon said the first point, I was like, that's very valid because if you don't know how to manage your money, that this 50, 30, 20 might be exactly what you need. Because what we're talking about is really high level and it's a lot of experience. Like Malik knows exactly what to do. Matt knows exactly how to maneuver in any given situation. Same with Eyon. And it's like, that's tried and true. That's learned behavior. That's a group of gentlemen who bounce ideas off each other. and like, pick up game from each other in a fast-paced environment, for you to be able to pick up that knowledge and run with it, so you can be like us and be in a situation where you know how to move your money around where you need to do, and your money's always working, your money's always doing what it's gotta do. You need a coach, man. You need a team behind you. So, hey, man, get your book today, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Now that we gave that much, now we gotta give them a solution, right? So the biggest thing here is that, what do you say to the individual who's like, because I was this way. If I have to pay 5,000 a year for a coach, what extra am I gonna have to make an investment? So what do you say to that individual? Because that's a valid point. I know Matt knows. Matt had mentors before I met him, and he still uses the same mentor, I believe. But I think all of us had some type of mentorship that we had to pay for. So what do you say to the individual who's like, okay, I probably need it, but then I won't have money to do what I need the coach for?
Hey, diamonds are made under pressure, bro. If it ain't putting you under pressure, you ain't gonna get nowhere.
Ding, 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 ding.
That was it. that was it. Yeah, that was it. That's the answer.
I'm gonna add something. Man,
Yeah, come on, because that joint was valid.
That was valid. I mean, I'm
Can't
gonna
be
just pay
weak
off.
with it,
I'm gonna add to it.
All right.
When Shorty putting that pressure on you, talking about something, you ain't even taking me out enough, you gonna find a way. And Shorty put that pressure on you, like, yo, I'm looking for. I need you to, you know what I'm saying? You gonna apply that pressure. So what we really talking about? What we really doing here? If you really want it, you're gonna apply that pressure. And like Matt says, under pressure, you get diamonds. You're gonna be certified. So, hey man, we make time for the things that we want to make time for. We make money for the things that we want to make money for. I mean, it's not rocket science.
We just rocket scientists.
Hello.
No, but that's valid though. That's 100% true. Cause I remember when me and my girl were like getting serious. She kept talking about a date, and I'm like, I don't do all that. Like, and y'all know me. I'm like, I don't do all that. Like, money go to the stops, money go to the bills, and whatever else I need to pay for. But then she would get sad, and she like get a little bored around the house or whatever. So I was like, you want to go Target? Yeah. So I just be planning like random stuff. Like then, like we start doing not crazy stuff, but like nice stuff. Like ice cream or whatever, just to get out the house. So I learned that, me personally, I like dates, but I feel like sometimes in the past it's just not equal, because the guy always just finding ways to make the woman happy, but it's never being reciprocated. But then when you meet the right people, then it gets reciprocated. But
I think you was touching on a good point. I ain't gonna lie, because when you think about it, it's still answering that same question. Because sometimes you just need a little guidance, right? And you pay for that service that you definitely need. But who's to say you gotta go hard? Who's to say, oh well, I just paid him. Let's just say it's 5 racks. I just gave him 5 racks to learn everything he knows. Who's to say I got to start off with 5 racks, 1,500? Why not start with $100? Just see how
see if he know what he's talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody starts at a growing point. I know me. I probably could have started with 10, 20,000, but I said I'm gonna learn how to start small and build up to it.
Right.
As I'm learning, I'm gonna eventually get there. So I mean, who's to say you can't do the same thing?
Yeah, because
I lost that 10K, you wouldn't have came back.
Exactly. That's the other thing. I know me. I'd be like, oh, I got 10K. I could lose 5. I won't even think about it. And then You lose 10, you like, oh,
Yeah, now you like, oh.
oh, I
That's how
gotta go
it
to work.
be.
Then you like,
I'll
oh,
be back. I'm gonna go work. I'm gonna go back
right.
to work.
I'll be back. I gotta go to work.
I'm gonna go do some DoorDash. Like, but yo, I'm gonna tell y'all something though. I don't care how much money I have. You always gonna catch me working. Jermaine, when was the last time you seen me?
Last time I seen Eyon was at the Ravens' first preseason game. Yep. And my man's Eyon was working. He was working awfully hard. And you know what I'm saying? I thought I was gonna see him on the field throwing passes at a certain point because my man was really working hard. I said, dang, they about to put him in, coach? And nah, my
Yeah,
man's Eyon was
I
getting to
had the
that bag.
cooler with about I think it was like 70 pounds worth of product on my shoulder, running up the stadium, double skipping the steps. Like once I spotted Jermaine, just up the little stage joint, bro. My man watched me catch some sales, and I was just told him. I said, "This is what it looked like. Like this is what it looked like. You can't stop with the stock market. You can't stop with your career. You can't stop with flipping. You can't stop with. You can't stop. Like when you realize there's so much more out of life you want, go get it. It's easy. The book tell you work more hours. You don't have to work more hours at the same job.
Thanks.
Work more hours, bro. I just got back into vending. I've been doing it for a while, but I should have took advantage of this whole year, especially the summer, because I know people that made 50K just from vending over the summer. Mind you, you can only work 3 hours an event. So I work 3 hours a game. If I make 5 grand in 3 hours, that's mortgage money. Excuse me. That
All good
pays the
money right
bills.
there.
Once the bills get paid, what you think I'm gonna do with my work check?
Let them know. Let them know.
So you
What
jealous, number.
you think I'm gonna do with the work check? I'm gonna go on the Nike app. I'm gonna go buy them shoes. Me and Matt gonna buy some shoes to flip. I'm gonna go to the Telfar joint. If they got anything worth getting, I'm gonna cop the bags. Me and Jermaine gonna cop a couple bags and we're gonna flip. We're gonna cop some tickets or whatever. Malik probably gonna buy some computer hardware so he can go his Ethereum factory. And I'm gonna just give him some money to say I was a part of it. And we're gonna call it that, right? So that's it's so much that you could do. Like I'm trying to get into this resume business with Malik, and I'm dead serious too. And it's and I know it's just gonna cost a bit, but I have a good trade off because I told Malik, I said I already got the platform. I already paid for the platform, so it's easy. Like, all you gotta do is just collab. Like I paid for the platform. I paid 2,000 for it. It's good. Paid for it, but telling Matt the same thing. I already got the platform. Why buy it twice, right? So I'm trying to stretch. I'm trying to stretch a dollar so that 4 more can come my way.
Mm-hmm.
So if I put a quarter in this, I can put a quarter in this square, a quarter in Jermaine square, a quarter in Matt square, a quarter in Malik square, wherever y'all squares are on y'all screen. If I can put a quarter in and I can turn that into $1.25. That's gonna be nice, and that's how you gotta think, right? And that's how I be applying a lot of things. Like I just signed up to work games in DC, concerts. Kevin Hart got a concert coming up. You think I ain't gonna make 2,200 on that?
Hey, you need to then go get to that Coliseum down there, bro. I know y'all got like some type of Raleigh Convention Center or something.
I ain't never heard about any Raleigh events, but I will be there. I'm gonna be
Like I
working
said,
the
I
show
know
at Bank of America Stadium.
got 'em.
Bank of America Stadium and the Ravens Stadium. You know what I'm saying? The what is that? FedEx Field. Um, they have two more in DC. I think they have the Nats and the Audi um arenas and stadiums. I think so. I'm clear for them as well. So I'm be doing a lot of traveling. It's gonna be cold outside, but
We're gonna get
I'm
that
gonna be
bag.
warm. You feel me?
Shit, they need to start doing that joint at college stadiums, bro.
They do. They no way. I don't think they do because some college students aren't old enough to drink.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
But they probably do they do a lot of they just have the concession stands for the college games. But they have the Army versus Navy games that you could work too.
Oh, that's not bad.
And
I
you know
mean,
all the Army people drink. So in the military they drink.
I feel like if you bring a regular Coke out there, bro, regular drinks, non-alcoholic, bro, you still make money, bro, on a college campus on a game, you know?
Yeah, but they ain't gonna give you tips.
Thanks.
That's the biggest facts.
Bro, I went to I called George when I was leaving the stadium. I said, bro, this was a tough game to work. Cause I saw George there too. I said this was a tough game to work. But I showed him the receipt of what I did when I was there. Hold on, let me pull it up. I'll I'll show you. I'll take a picture of the machine. So so that's my total sales. $1,367.50.
Mm-hmm.
My tips $194.36. So I was at a game, everybody was watching, having a good time. I was sweating, but when I left the stadium, I felt good. Like, I was like,
Man,
I said only 200 in tips, but that's all right. I just told you I spent $200 in gas this week, so my gas for the whole week, both cars paid for. I'm good.
paid for. That need to be a shirt, bro. Paid for.
Paid for, right? Sponsored by.
Sponsored by the Ravens.
Brought to
Yes,
you
sir.
by. Nah, man, but nah, and that's really how I got to be for a lot of people. I think that so many people are missing out in life because we get comfortable. Like once we get our biggest check, we're like, oh man, like never had this before. Like when I got my raise, I was like, wow, that was cool. I ain't even had to work extra hours for this. But I was like, wait. Y'all trying to slow me down. I said, imagine if I keep doing all the stuff that I'm doing and I'm getting this.
Yeah.
and that's it. That's just it, son. So everything is flowing. It's a good experience. Mind you, hard work. And the only reason I definitely want to pull up on Jermaine, number one, because that's my guy. I felt like I ain't see Jermaine in a minute. I be seeing everybody else, but I don't see Jermaine because he live I don't even where you live in Elkridge?
Uh, I was living in Pasadena, but now I'm in Odenton.
Odenton. Yeah. Bro, and I don't go to Odenton. I do not go over there. So yeah, when I was in Maryland, so I don't go. But I was like, bro, Saint Germain will be tough. I always see George because George, he stays in between so my dad has three houses that's 15 minutes away from each other. And George stays like down the road from one of the houses. Um, so I can always see George. Malik, he never too far. He always somewhere. Matt live in the same state, but just like 2 hours away. But he might be getting up every now and then, but I don't see Jermaine. But I talk to Jermaine the most. I don't see him though. Well, actually, no, I talk to Matt the most because Me and Matt talk every morning, but me and Jermaine, we definitely talk every week regardless. And me and Malik, we talk every day just about, yeah, because he be on the me. He be sleep though. I don't think I know, but yeah. Malik in the me is he, but he be sleep. He don't think I know because he
Look,
yo, I know
as soon as I see y'all, talk about, as soon as y'all say Nez XPX, I'll be like, I'll be tuned in. As soon as you go somewhere else, oh yeah, I'm looking at VOO. All right.
yeah, the man Crispy in the meeting, yo, he be, I be like, it's all good.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's all good. I ain't hate nobody. But nah, so but yeah, son, I think that the budget is a huge deal. Like for everybody that don't have a budget, I want to go ahead in the last few minutes of this. I want to give you a solution. So for your budget, if you don't have a 50, 30, 20 at least, right? That's something that you could kind of use as your framework or your, I guess, like an outline, right? So first thing you do, take go and don't just take your word for it. Go look at your receipts, not your regular receipt, excuse me, but your bill receipts. If you got AT&T, go look at your AT&T internet at home. Write it down. Then go look at your energy bill. That will always fluctuate unless you got the fixed energy bill, which you could do. Just contact the company if you've been using their services for a year, for 12 months, they'll let you get a fixed bill every month, no matter how much energy you use. That's another thing for a lot of people that don't know. You take that, write that down. Now you have your internet, your phone, and your energy, right? Plus, you got to get your utility, like your water and your gasoline. Cool, you write that down too. Then next, you say, okay, now I have to figure out how much that costs for my home, for my shelter. If you got rent, write the rent down with all the other stuff. Then you also write mortgage if you have a mortgage instead of rent. Now your transportation. How much is it to pay for my car a month? If you have to commute for work, what's the most that you spend on your commute for work? Not the average, the most, because you want to be comfortable, you want to be set. You take the sum of each of those expenses. Cool. If you got to pay child support, if you have to pay a bill that's going to be existing in the next 5 years, write it down. Write those joints down. Now, what you do is that's your 50%. Then you say, okay, what is it that I typically like to buy myself? If you like coffee, I don't drink coffee. So I don't spend money at Starbucks unless it's for you know who. She likes Starbucks, right? So if you have a coffee fetish, or if you have maybe you gotta have a smoothie. I used to be big on Smoothie King every Friday, $5 May. So yeah, so if you do that every week, if you have your thing that you do every day, maybe you like to get a donut and hot chocolate. I don't know what you do, but you write that joint down. Write it down make 3 lines. Make 2 lines, which gives you 3 columns or rows, whatever it is, on a piece of paper. You got your 50%. Now the things that you buy that you want, cool. You write that down, right? That's your 30%. Everything that you buy on a regular basis. If you go to Chick-fil-A every Tuesday, every Wednesday, write that joint down. You know that's $11 and some change. Write that joint down. Take the sum of that. Now you have your wants. Now you take your whole check, how much you make a month, you subtract your needs plus your wants from the whole check. And the rest should be 20%. If the rest is not 20%, you need to go back and reevaluate your wants. That's when you could start taking your pencil and crossing the line through some things. I could do without it. I could do without it. if I'm eating Chick-fil-A, what's that? If I'm eating Chick-fil-A twice a week, right, and that's $11, that's $22, right? 22, 2 weeks, that's 44. For the month, that's $88. So I can cross the line out of Chick-fil-A. No more Chick-fil-A. If I do Chick-fil-A once a month, I just save $44. I mean, once a week, I just save $44. If I stop going to Chick-fil-A twice a week, cross some things out. If you're 20%, if what you saving is not 20%, you need to cross some things out of your wants. If your wants and your needs your wants and your save does not equal 50%, you need to go and reevaluate some things in your needs, right? Because you're probably living beyond your means now. You're uncomfortable when your bills come. You're uncomfortable. So now you say, okay, well, maybe I need to get a different Wi-Fi, or maybe I need to get on a plan with my friends. Maybe me and my friends need to get a family plan on the cell phones, because you spending $80 a month on your own phone ain't happening. So you need to get with some friends and do the little 25, 25, 25, 25 joint. Right? Save yourself, what's that? 65? No. No, that's $55 a month. Save yourself $55 a month. Yeah, you probably should do that, right? If you know you using way more gas, you should probably stop making detours on your way home from work. Stop going places on the weekend. Start walking. If you gotta go to the gym, walk to the gym. You'll feel it. So it's so many things that you could do when creating this 50, 30, 20 plan. If what you have does not equal these numbers, that means you need to reevaluate some things. And if you can't do that, you need to hire a coach. You need to put money to the side to get somebody who knows how to do that, who understands what it's like to have things that's due, but also want to get ahead. I know how I feel to pay bills, and you want to do better. It's hard. I know it's hard. I've been paying my own bills since I've been paying my own bills. It's hard. And that's not a lie. But once you get that plan and once you get that method, it becomes easy to know what's going to set you back. Because the moment you know what's going to set you back, nothing will catch you off guard. All the bills that I get that be coming up crazy, like this one right here. I already know this one right here is $2,102.09. It's not gonna set me back. This joint right here, is $656. It's not gonna set me back. I'm already ready for it because I know how my finances are. I've had this figured out. When it came in the mail, then I was like, oh wait, yeah, of course. I was like, oh, hold on, wait, you got the wrong person, but now I have my name. So, but it's not gonna set me back. I'm gonna hate to pay it, but I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna still do the same stuff that I did yesterday. So that's what it's like. All right, before we close out, anybody else got anything to add? Because that was fun. I like that. Yeah. Any takers? Going once? One time? I think that. About that. All right. Well, look, son. I appreciate, like always. First of all, Jermaine, son, thank you for always being consistent, my God. Like, these are our days, Mondays and Wednesdays, son. I appreciate you for, holding it down, son, and just, being consistent with every meeting, even with cancellations, still speaking up, being like, yeah, I can't make it. But I appreciate that, son. And Matt, Malik, thank you all for y'all seem like y'all getting on board with this joint that me and Jermaine had going on. And I hope to see more people at this conference, bro, because just from these conversations, I'm realizing how much people don't know. I'm realizing how much information people don't know. So definitely look forward to seeing everybody there. And I definitely pray that each of us has a blessed, productive, and financially prosperous evening as well as week ahead. It's Monday. I know people won't see this until probably Wednesday, Thursday, but hey, you heard what I said. And if it's
Mhm.
God's will, son, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. I gotta go. Whew.